Hi, everybody. Welcome to Real Stories of Hurting Moms. My name is Cathy Taylor, and tonight I have my friend Gwendolyn with me, and Gwendolyn is in Florida. So we're glad you're here tonight, Gwendolyn.
Hi, good to be here.
Gwen has been here with me before. She's a Hurting Moms leader, but oh, so many other things that she does.
Yep.
She's going to share some of that with us tonight. One of the things that I want to talk about is Mother's Day. We're in the month of May now, and we've got Mother's Day right around the corner. And many moms tell me, and Gwendolyn and I were just talking about it, Mother's Day is the hardest day of the year for most hurting moms. More than Christmas, more than Thanksgiving. It just seems to be so difficult. And we anticipate as we move towards Mother's Day, it's like a dread and an anxiety that we feel. So we want to talk a little bit today about doing something different for Mother's Day. I mean, I think sometimes when we have children that we're estranged from, or that are out on the street or in prison or whatever the situation, whatever's hurting us, we focus on that. We focus on that. We're thinking, we start having kind of a pity party for ourselves. But we want to talk about what can we do different this year? How can we be okay on Mother's Day? In fact, more than okay, right, Gwendolyn?
Yep.
So I've asked Gwendolyn to share a little bit with us about some of the things that she does. A lot of amazing things. And so Gwen, why don't you go ahead and share a little bit of your story? What is it why are you a hurting mom? And then some of the things you do to help yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm estranged from my two young adult daughters. I've had no contact with them for the past 4 years. So Mother's Day is really hard. And I remember a couple of years ago having a Mother's Day and just sitting and crying and just rocking back and forth and just feeling so much pain because I didn't get what maybe other moms got. I didn't get a card. I didn't get a phone call. I got no acknowledgement. But I've learned to get past that, and I've learned to reach out and to give and be in control of what I can control, because I can't control what other people do. Whether they call me or don't call me, I can't control that. But what I can do is be thankful for what I do have. And I have my mom with me, so that's what I do. I try to make it very special for my mom. And I kind of roll out the red carpet. I'll bring her flowers. I get her little gifts. I take her out to dinner and really celebrate her and do for her what I would want my kids to do for me.
Oh, that's pretty great.
And yeah. And then this year, my mom has a friend that she does things with, and she's going to be by herself. Her kids live out of state. And so I told my mom, I said, let's include Priscilla in what we're due and what we do. So we're going to, we have something planned. We're going to go somewhere and enjoy a nice, pretty garden that they have in Lake Wales and go out to dinner and do that and be thankful for what I have. It's not what everybody else has, but I'm thankful for what I have.
Yeah.
And I still see blessings in it.
That is so great. It's like you said, we talked about earlier, we kind of have a choice in that. We can choose to isolate and kind of hole up and feel sorry for ourselves if we're not going to have the kind of Mother's Day that we wish we were having. Or we can choose to do something for somebody else, or look at, you said something to me when we were talking earlier about when you look for God, you find him.
Yes.
No matter what you're doing, you can find him in every situation, and that was really special.
Yes.
So, yeah, what else?
Well, I mean, I just and I have, we were talking about this earlier too, is like I'd celebrate the people who are in my life and who celebrate me. And I have a lot of good friends and people I've reconnected with and new friends that I've made. And what we were talking about earlier is when I was working in a high school cafeteria, I met a girl who's special needs. And her and I have become really good friends. And for the past 4 years, I've taken her to Tim Tebow's A Night to Shine. It's a prom that he does for people with special needs. It's just a wonderful night for them to be celebrated and to have a prom. And we do other things outside of, of Tim Tebow's Night to Shine. We go for ice cream and we do different things together. And, I'm just thankful for her because she loves me from such a pure place.
Yeah.
And she really heals my heart and she loves me. And every Mother's Day, I guarantee you, she is always the first text that I get. I'll get up in the morning, I'll look at my phone and there will be, "Dear Miss Gwen, happy Mother's Day." And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the people that God has put in my life. And I celebrate that.
So great. And you don't, like you said, you may not hear from your own kids, but you, instead of just sitting and talking about that, you're grateful for who you do hear from the
Yes,
things you have.
yes.
That's I think a lot of times well, first thing I want to do before we talk more about this, we have a lot we can say about Mother's Day, but while there's people watching, I know not everybody stays on here the whole time. I want to tell you about something that the Hurting Moms community is doing different this year for Mother's Day, something that we can kind of look forward to. And Gwen, you and I were talking about that, how if you can plan things that you can look forward to, whether it's Mother's Day or other days of the year, it helps us to stay out of ourselves and out of the funk we get into over our kids. But we're doing a live giveaway. We're going to be doing like a live giveaway. It's a free giveaway. We're giving away all kinds of stuff. And I've been told I don't even know everything that's being given away. But it's going to start at 4:00 Pacific time on Mother's Day. And really, really excited about this. So let me tell you a couple of things about it. There's one entry per person. And the way that you can enter the giveaway is like a free raffle. I think there'll be a link above the video that you can click on. And there's like a little form you fill out. And we will take all the names, everyone who signs up. If you click on the event on our Facebook page and just click that you're going, I don't believe that enters you into the drawing. You need to get a ticket, or even on the first page of our website or the link above, you can go and fill out the little form that enters you into the drawing. And one entry per person. And I'm so excited about, there's going to be things like, I'm looking at my list, like Hurting Moms coffee mugs we're going to give away. We have a canvas bag. There's going to be book packages, some group registration packages. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff. We're going to get all kinds of stuff to give. And I'm so excited about it. I think it's going to be really fun. So the deal is you've got to be watching live to receive your gift. So there's two things you need to do. Enter the giveaway by filling out an entry form, and then be watching at 4:00 Pacific time on Mother's Day on May 12th, because you'll need to respond when I call your name, and I'll be pulling these out of something. One of my daughters is going to help me. She's going to be holding up the gifts. It's going to be fun. And you know what, Gwen? It's like you and I are talking. It's something to kind of look forward to.
Yes.
So I hope that a bunch of you will join us for that. And, I'll talk about it again later on in the broadcast, but I just wanted to get it out there and make sure y'all know that that's coming up. I think it's going to be super good.
Yeah.
You this year, we were talking about your trips. You've been doing a lot of traveling.
Yes.
And I think everybody'd love to hear about your first year, the trip you just got back from, and then the one you're getting ready to go on. Why don't you share a little bit about that and some of the things that you learned that have really blessed your heart from the trip you just got back from?
Yeah. Well, I went to Israel with my church, and that changed my life. And I'm already thinking, like, in a couple of years, I want to go back. And I remember when we took our boat ride across the Sea of Galilee, and and all the different places where we went, we would have teachings, and a lot of times we would just sing.
Mm.
And when we were going across and just thinking about just taking it all in of where you are, and what all happened on the Sea of Galilee. And before I left, I kind of felt like I wasn't really moving forward, but I really wasn't moving backwards. I just felt like I was stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And just going through the motions. But after that trip and that experience, I just realized that you just have to always remember the master is in your boat.
Yeah.
And no matter what storm that you go through in life, Jesus is always there. Because when the storm came up, he was sleeping, and the disciples, woke him up and said, "Hey, don't you care that we're perishing?" And, he just got up and just said, "Be still." And we just, for me, I just had to remember the master's in my boat. And it really doesn't matter what I've gone through in my life, that he is always with me, and he sees me, and he knows what I've gone through. And he will reward my faithfulness, and just keep moving forward,
Yeah.
keep pushing through, keep fighting the good fight, the good fight of faith. And it really was an amazing place. I would highly recommend for anybody to go and experience that place.
It's still
And
on my bucket list. I've never been before, but it's on my list of things that I definitely want to do.
yes, yes, I think something changed me when I was there. It changed me, and when I went to the Western Wall and I put my face against that wall, I lost it. And I couldn't even tell you what all I said to God. I mean, my face hit that wall, and it just, whoa, it came out of me.
Wow.
And it shook me. And I think I just have a peace now. I just, I put my daughter's names there. There's no more holier place and more powerful place to put their names, and let God be God, and just let me live my life and do what he's called me to do and live my life.
Yeah.
Because I'm only going to answer for me and my life, and I got to do what God's called me to do. And I want to help people, and I want to help more people. I want to do more and reach out and help hurting people, and
Yeah.
and
That's what it's about, right?
yes, yes,
I love that, I mean, one of the things, from the time I met you that I just love about you, and I always ask you to share it, is just the way, like, even in your day-to-day life, you have so many things that you do for other people. Like, it's again, once again, so many of us, we become a victim. We are so caught up in thinking about our children that we forget that we have a life aside, that God has things for us to do, and he has ways that he wants to bless us. And so you are such a good example of someone who has risen up above and beyond and outward from the pain that you have. You still have that emptiness and
yes.
that sad place. You've and tell a little bit about the kids that you work with on the weekends.
Yeah, we have kids club, and we go into the inner city neighborhoods and pick up the kids and bring them to our dream center and do a Christian program with them. And there's one little boy this year that I've kind of befriended. When I go get my flyers, I go stop at his house, and he comes out on his porch, and him and I will just talk maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And I've taken him different places. The church had a carnival, and I took him, and another girl took some other boys, some other kids, and I took him to the Thorn. It was a theatrical production of the life of Jesus and the story leading up to Jesus's death and resurrection. I took him to that. And so, I can't help them all, but I can help one and make a difference in the life of one kid. And, I enjoy that, like when I took him to the Thorn, I had him it was him and another boy in the lobby, and they're just being boys, and they're just like, I was like, okay, boys, but, it made me feel like a mom again, just, they were just being kids, and they, kind of being rambunctious, and, that brings a lot of joy to my heart that I can, sow into other people's lives. And that's what I've tried to do, and just be all about giving and serving, and, because Joyce Meyer's always said, and I believe this, what you make happen for somebody else, God will make happen for you.
Mm.
And I believe that. So I just keep sowing seeds and sowing on other people's lives. And, I really think I'm living my best life. And, what if the worst thing that ever happened to us really turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to us? I believe that God can turn it all around, and even despite the pain and the hurt, and it's not that we deny it. I mean, it's there, but it's not going to devastate me. It's not going to overrule me. And I refuse to let two people, rule my life and devastate my life. It won't happen. I'm not going to let other people influence my life.
No,
I have no control over other people.
That's right. And boy, and when it comes to our kids, don't we spend a lot of time and energy trying to control things? I don't know about other moms out there, but man, I still have to catch myself, but I spent years trying to control my child, trying to fix her, trying to control her. And it took such a long time before I realized I have no control over that. And so we just have to, it's once we can let go of that and entrust them to the Lord and say, you know what, I can't fix this, but I can take back my own life. I think sometimes too, like when we talk about, like a lot of times we're talking now about Mother's Day, doing something nice for ourselves, right? What's something nice we talk about doing something nice for other people. Maybe there's something nice that you could do for yourself. Well, I think sometimes we feel guilty about that. I think sometimes we feel we're so used to doing for and giving to and sacrificing for everybody else that we forget that we feel bad if we're doing something nice for us. Now, if we don't have kids around to do something nice for us, then we have a right to do something nice for ourselves. And just, I just think, so I'd like to hear what some of you, Mika said she was panicking about Mother's Day, as she said it's good to have alternate plans. She loves the idea of the raffle. Good. Be sure to enter, Mika. What are some things that some of you out there watching are going to do to help make Mother's Day better? What is something that you can do, or maybe something that you want to do and you just thought, well, it's Mother's Day and I just have to sit home and feel sorry for myself. What can you do? I see Sandy says she's already dreading Mother's Day. Let's just, as a community, decide, you know what, we're not going to dread it. We're going to stand up and do something for somebody else, do something for ourselves. There, Carol says she's going to treat herself to a massage.
Yes.
I like that. That's a great thing that you can do for yourself.
I think it's important, too, to have a plan. Don't just get up and let the day happen. Have a plan of action of what you're going to do, and don't just let the day get away from you. Like the lady said, I'm going to get up, I'm going to have a massage. I might take somebody to dinner, or somebody take me to dinner, or whatever. Just have something. Then at 4:00, your time, be a part of the raffle. Or there's a lot that we can do, and be thankful for what we have.
Yeah.
And don't set you were talking about it last week. Don't set our expectations too high, because then we get disappointed.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't look like somebody else's Mother's Day, well, okay, well, mine's not going to look like everybody else's Mother's Day. But I'm okay with that. I've learned to be okay being not okay, and just accept that this is where I'm at and this is my life. But I can still see the good in it and be thankful.
I like that. Darlene says she hates the feeling that she needs to wait around in case her kids show up. I can remember doing that like in high school or my young adulthood with like boyfriends, Well, I don't want to go do anything in case he calls or in case that was before cell phones. Somebody Sherry's going to a Dodger game. Somebody else is going to a missionary church. I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff being brought up on here. So Carolyn's going to focus on her 93-year-old mother-in-law.
Yes.
And it's so good. Somebody else, Cathy, is taking her dogs out to the lake for a hike and dinner.
Yes.
I love this. Somebody else is Rena's spending time with her sisters and other family members. Lisa's getting a manicure and pedicure. Yeah, keep on coming, ladies. And then you know what? Y'all can look at each other's comments and maybe you'll get some ideas. Because if you can't think of something to do, maybe somebody else. I've had one time I remember there was a year when we were talking, maybe last year we were talking about this, and a couple people said they like to go out and garden, like work in their garden, and that feels so good. At the end of it, you can see what you've accomplished, right? But and I'm excited. Some people are staying there, looking forward to the raffle. It's going to be so much fun. I am so excited to see what all the prizes are, and just the ones that I know about are going to be great. So don't forget, there's a link above this video. You can click on that. It'll take you to the entry form. Just fill that out and submit it. Just one per person. And then on that day, we're going to be drawing names. And we got a lot of prizes. It's not just like a one prize thing. There's been a lot of people that we're going to be pulling names on. So I'm pretty excited about that. Lynn is going to church and then on a motorcycle ride with her hubby.
Yep.
And somebody else, Brenda's going to call her older friend and wish her a happy Mother's Day after church. So I love this. So
yes,
I don't know about you all, but just seeing what you're writing is giving me a lift, makes me feel happy.
Yes.
Just to see that. And it's so great. It's so
and
great.
that's what's so great about Hurting Moms, is we all come together in our community. And like you've said, a lot of times we're not alone. And there's a lot of comfort in knowing that we're not alone, that there are other people going through what we're going through. And we can help and encourage each other and share, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and celebrate our lives.
Yeah.
Because God has given us so much. And, we can't just look at our lives through the filter of just our pain. It's bigger than that. God is bigger than that.
He is.
And it's so much bigger. And glory, hallelujah. There's
somebody else, Sandy in Kentucky. She just wants to forget about the day. No siblings, and her parents are gone. Go to a movie. Go to a movie. And I like what you said, Gwendolyn, about having a plan. I mean, it is important to have a plan. We were talking about that before we came on the air. We were talking about how if we can plan things, even if it's down the line, if you have something to look forward to, it makes all the difference. Like maybe a month from now you're going on a trip, or as long as you have something to look forward to, it makes a big difference. Well, you got something to look forward to. Now you got back from the holiday, and now what are you going to do?
I'm going to Kenya on a mission trip.
This is a world travel.
I'm telling you, God has so blessed me. I mean, somebody said that to me the other day, my boss at work. She said, Gwendolyn, we were talking, and she said, you are living your best life. And I thought about that. It kind of took me back when she said it. And I thought, you know what? She's right. I really am living my best life. I really, despite the pain, just put it in its place and don't let it seep into all the areas of your life. Just keep it in its little compartment and just live your best life. And God just opens doors, and I'm amazed. I always say, who am I? I'm just a lunch lady. I clean people's houses. I mean, I'm nobody important. I don't have a parking place. My name is not in lights, but
But you are important to God, and I think
yes.
He has good things for all of us. We have to make the choice to look for them, and you said earlier, when you look for Him, when you look for it, you will find.
Yes.
And Sandy, it sounds like you're having a really hard time, and I'm so sorry. But if you look at the comments on here, you've got people praying for you. This is community. We are not alone. We have each other, and that's what this is all about. That's why we started this in the first place, is because I was in so much pain, and I just felt like I can't be alone in this. And I had no idea that there were thousands of us, but I'm grateful we have this place to come. Ruth says, go out to lunch with a friend or with someone else who might be lonely on Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so cool. And there's just, Darlene says, treat yourself. Yeah, I feel like that. Brenda says, when do you come on the air? This is her first time. Brenda, I'm on every single Thursday at 6:00 Pacific time. Every Thursday live at 6:00 Pacific time.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that you'll come back. This is your first time. Anybody else watching for the first time? And again, tell us where you're from. I might have forgotten to say that today. There's just so many. We can only do so much.
Yeah.
To do all the talking, but you guys, your comments, we're reading them. And Deborah says, I'll be joining you ladies more often. That's good. Those of you, I haven't talked too much about it tonight, but I want to tell you, those of you who are watching for the first time need to be aware that we have Hurting Moms Breaking Free groups. So that's kind of that. Gwendolyn has led a group. That's how a lot of us get to know each other. If there's not a group in your area, we have online groups. We have something like 5 online groups coming up in the next month. And so I would really suggest to you, if you've never been in a group or you're just finding Hurting Moms Mending Hearts for the first time, you consider joining a group. That's where the real healing is going to take place. Come on here and we all can relate with each other and talk to each other, and we enjoy that. But in a group, it only lasts for 10 weeks. We use a workbook. There's 10 weeks and we come together. And if there's not one in your area, we have these online groups. And it kind of looks like this. You see Gwen and I both in the same thing, but there might be like 8 people and they're all in smaller boxes, and you can see each other. You can hear each other. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yep. And so I want to tell you, please, there's a link above to go to sign up for a group. Please register for a group and that way you get in front of other hurting moms face to face, where you can talk and share, and you can and work through a 10-week process of healing. And I've had many, many moms tell me that it changed their lives to go through this.
Yeah. And you read scriptures, and you kind of like do little studies. You read and you have each other to talk, and it's a safe place to talk and to make connections, and you make friends forever, and you stay in touch, and you
lifelong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sharon Korchup, she's one of our leaders. She says Hollywood Squares. That's what it does look like. When you're in an online group, it looks like Hollywood Squares. Or do you guys remember the Brady Bunch, when that family all square? That's what it looks like. But we can see each other and talk to each other. And I don't know. It's absolutely amazing. And so I really hope. And Sandy, yes, definitely. There's a lot of people on here praying for you, Sandy, and I'm so glad you found us tonight. And I hope that you'll come back, and I hope that you will just stay engaged. Hi, Anne Marie. So we've already run out of time. This time goes so doggone fast.
Wow.
We're having fun.
Yes.
Gwendolyn, thank you so much for being on here. You are such an inspiration. I mean, you're a huge inspiration to me, and I can see by when we get off, you'll look at the comments. Feel free to answer these comments, respond to these women, you know, because they know you now.
Yeah.
And all of you, we'll be talking about Mother's Day from now leading up to Mother's Day. Please, please, please go right now. Don't do anything else before you click on the link and enter the free giveaway, because it's going to be worth it. You're going to love it. You're going to get good stuff, and we're giving away a lot of stuff. And so it's something that we're trying to do to help us to look forward to Mother's Day. It's something we look forward to. And so
you'll be part of your plan. You'll do what you do, and then it's, you know, whatever your time zone is, then you'll get on live and it'll be fun.
There you go. Part of your plan. I like it.
That's right. Put it in your plan.
I like that a lot. It's something to look forward to. So ladies, love you all. Praying for you.
Yes.
Gwendolyn, I'm so grateful for you and your leadership and just that you came on here. And we'll see y'all. See you next week at the same time.
Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.